Assalamu alaikum viewers, this is Fakhra Fatma Chaudhary with a special program of DMH. Here are our special guests Rabil and Faryal.
Hi.
They are the recent grads from England and they are the daughters of Mr. Zulfikar Khan, who was the president of Lahore Tax Bar and Pakistan Tax Bar Association. So I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to ask you, is this your first visit to Pakistan?
No, we come here regularly, at least once a year, to visit our family and friends, and yeah, हमें पसंद है तो हम आते हैं.
So since you have been here for many days, so I hope you would have visited a lot of places over here.
Yeah.
So could you want to share your experience about that?
We've visited quite a few places. Our father was very kind enough to put together a tour for us where we visited a lot of places, and we went to Lahore High Court, we went to Tribunal, Lahore Press Club, we went to the Lahore Museum,
the Lahore Tax House,
and we saw our father's picture there and name on the plaque. So it was a really proud moment as daughters, where we hear about the stuff that he does, but then seeing it in person is a wake-up call, and it's wonderful to see.
Okay, last Friday there is a ceremony of Kartarpur Rahdari. I want to ask you about that. Do you think it's a good decision of Imran Khan to open that Rahdari for Sikh Baradari, for Sikh community?
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
We have Sikh friends back in England, and I was just really happy and proud that Pakistan made that step, because
we can finally see that Pakistan's not seen in a negative light. Pakistan's talking about the issues in Kashmir, in Jammu and Kashmir, in India, and Pakistan's talking about Kartarpur, and it's really opening up a new narrative for Pakistan, which has previously been so negative. And now we can feel proud to say that we have a political leader who has our best interest at heart. And whether you're Muslim or Christian or Sikh or Hindu, that doesn't matter. Your religion, your race, your creed doesn't matter.
And it reminds you of Quaid-e-Azam's Pakistan, because
especially his last speech in UN.
Yeah, exactly. And like she mentioned, we have a lot of Sikh friends, we have Hindu friends, being from England.
And it reminds you that Pakistan isn't made just for Muslims. It is an Islamic state now.
Of course.
But Quaid-e-Azam made it so people can, live in harmony together. And, they're the white flag, the white part of our flag, the minorities. And I'm just so happy that we're finally getting back to that, because we've lost touch with our minorities, and they get,
So it shows you have interest in politics as well.
We are very aware of politics. Our family, a lot of people in our family like to watch the news a lot, and a lot of these talk shows that they have in Pakistan, where a lot of debating happens about current events and stuff, and we're very much aware of what happens and what's not going on.
So I have to ask about politics then. Where I know that there is a constitutional monarchy in England, in UK, which is under Queen II Elizabeth, and there is a parliamentary system as well. The PM Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson. So if it comes to you, would you prefer to choose monarchy or democracy? Because
democracy. Monarchy, obviously, they haven't had power for a very long time, and we did actually quite recently learn that all laws do go through the Queen before they are regulated or put through. But
the monarchy doesn't really have much power. So I mean, it's really good for tourism, but
other than that, it's more of a show for the country. They're kind of like celebrities.
I like the royal family.
Pakistan is a multicultural country, and same is the case with Britain. What I find, it's also a multicultural state. There is a Sindhi, Punjabi, Balochi culture. What's your experience about that?
Like we mentioned before, we never look at someone's race or culture or creed. It's out of respect. We would never judge anyone on their views in life. We just respect that they have different ways of doing things, especially like Sindhi people. They have different ways of cooking, and Punjabi people have different ways of cooking, and it's just this beautiful harmony that we like to see.
In terms of multiculturalism in England, are you asking?
Yes.
Yes, so it's a very multicultural society, especially London. If you go outside of London, not that much, but London's very diverse, and you find a lot of Pakistanis, Indians, and Bengalis living together as friends.
Nigerians, Ghanaians.
Best friends. And over here, like, you wouldn't dream of being a best friend with an Indian. So it's interesting to see that, because in England, everybody lives in harmony, but in Pakistan, we don't live in harmony.
Why do you think that?
Because, I mean, you know how it is. We have our politics war with India and back in England. No, I have a best friend who's Indian and, you know, Pakistani and Bengali. But then, similarly, you know, different races, whether you're African or, you know, European, we all can live together in harmony easily.
It means to promote Pakistani culture over there as well.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your vision about Pakistani media and Indian media or UK's media?
I get my news through apps and applications. I try not to watch too much TV because, like I've noticed in Pakistan, a lot of people like to give their opinions as facts. And to me, I don't like that style of politics and discussion, because I feel like it brings up a lot of negative emotions. I feel like we just need the facts, and then people can make whatever they feel is correct or not. They can make that thought themselves instead of being geared to by it.
I was saying the other day, in England, if you watch the news, you won't know if the news anchor is a conservative or a liberal, you know, Democrat. You won't know their political party and what they believe in. But in Pakistan, you watch the news and you'll know straight away that, you know, this is a supporter of PTI. You know, this is a supporter of, you know, Nawaz Sharif's party. So
yeah.
And they make that very obvious here.
Yeah.
And it's very much about politics and not much about the rest of the news in Pakistan. There's more to Pakistan than politics. I find that a massive difference, because in England, they do have entertainment, they do have sports over here, like the news.
Yes.
But it's not that, you know, given attention to. But in England, there's like 5 minute slot for weather, 5 minute slot for entertainment, 5 minute slot for this. But over here, it's just about politics.
Yes.
That's what I see.
Okay, it is said that BBC is the mother of information.
Mm-hmm.
And they are impartial and objective. Do you think the same?
I mean, to an extent, I don't know.
Yeah, it is the main source of information for a lot of people. A lot of publications use BBC as a source.
And impartial as well? Do you think so?
Do you think so?
I don't know. I mean, you can't believe everything you see in the news.
Yeah, exactly.
But that goes with any news channel. So, I don't know. Because they're going to tell us something, we're going to believe it, whether it's true or not.
Or they could choose not to tell something.
Yeah.
For example, I remember a couple of years ago when I was watching BBC, a documentary was on about Ofsted, which is a school board that judges the academics within a school and then rates them whether they're good or excellent or very good. So they're a body of people that do so. And I remember when the Karachi airport was hijacked for a very long couple of hours within the early mornings. It wasn't on the news, and it wasn't on the bottom part of the channel where they give information within words.
Breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news. It wasn't in any part of that. They just kept playing the documentary, which, like I said, the news, they can choose to say something and they can choose not to say something.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're very selective with the information they're giving you.
So they are biased.
Yeah, everyone's
yeah.
biased. We can't pretend. Yeah,
there's
we
a
can't
lot of
pretend
blurred lines.
that exactly. We can't pretend that even the BBC isn't biased, because I'm going to talk about Pakistanis and Muslims. A brown human being will be seen as a terrorist. A Muslim mostly will be seen as a terrorist, whereas our white counterparts will be seen as mentally ill. They won't be labelled terrorist even by the government and the media channels, which like I said, everyone's biased, they have their views, and they can choose and choose not to present things in a certain way.
Yeah, that goes with, that's with every news channel, not just the BBC. Everybody's got blurred lines. They'll say that it just fits their agenda. But that's with news in Pakistan, that's news in England as well.
So that's why it's our responsibility as people to look at the facts as they are and make decisions based on the facts, not because of someone's emotions or a propaganda that's been spread by certain channels.
I agree. Guys, we'll be come back soon. Please stay with us.